You manifested this video because you're ready. You manifested this video because you are in alignment with the frequencies, the energies, the vibrations, the power that you need to have to claim to change your life. You are the creator of your own reality, and your senses have fooled you into thinking that you are not. You are the universe experiencing what it's like to be a human being. For the sake of understanding yourself, you are me, I am you. And this is the core principle for reality creation. I want this to be the only video that you ever need. You have manifested this video because you are ready for this knowledge. You have manifested this video because you are in alignment with this knowledge. You have manifested this video because something deep inside of you wants to fully understand what it is that you feel that you are missing in your life. And all that you're missing in your life is the fundamental understanding that we are one. And to experience a different reality, you first must change your personality, because your personal reality is of creation. Your personality creates your personal reality. And if you keep thinking the same thoughts, keep feeling the same way, keep acting the same way as you did yesterday, last week, last month, last year, you're going to keep getting the same results that you have been, because repetition creates consistency, and consistency is what creates the things that we actually want to see in our life. The most thing that people want to attract into their life is wealth, wealth, abundance, money, and I understand that. I understand that deeply. I understand that wholeheartedly, because most people are simply not wealthy, so they're looking for the ways to attract those things into their life. So here is my solution to you. You first must be of that frequency, of that bandwidth, of that vibration, that 369 energy, frequency, vibration, to attract it into your life. The first hermetic principle is the law of mentalism. All is the mind. And I need you to understand that wholeheartedly. I need you to understand that deeply and integrated into your soul. The world is mental. This reality that we're experiencing is a mental construct in the mind of the universe. It's a mental construct in the mind of God, as they say. And it's an illusionary realm, Maya, as the Buddhists say, because the five senses that you have trick you into thinking that this is all that there is, when there's absolutely much more. There is much more than this. But because you can only see within a certain range of frequency, because you can only hear and smell and taste and feel within a certain range of frequency, you think that thought's all that there is. But there is certainly far much more. And to the one who is inquisitive to go beyond the veil and to seek and inquire deeply, you will find the answers that you're looking to. But first, you have to conquer the fear that's in your heart. You first must conquer the fear that holds you back every single day, that stops you from achieving what you want to achieve. Abundance is what you want in your life. So be of the energy, the frequency and vibration of abundance. Do the things that abundant people do. Act the way that abundant people act. Feel the way that abundant people feel. Feel it right now, because the only moment that exists is right now. So think, feel, and act right now. Feel abundance, act abundant, think abundant. And first, you must tackle the very difficult belief systems that are in your mind that have been programmed to keep you locked within that range of frequency. And it's very difficult to overcome. It's very difficult to overcome because most people have become over-identified with their ego construct. They've become over-identified with their mental babble, those frequencies and vibrations that are happening inside of your mind that you continuously, compulsively identify with, because you think that is you. You think that that is the totality of you. You think that that's all that there is to you, when it's not. It's absolutely not. And it's very difficult to not be identified with that unless you start meditating every day, unless you start inquiring every day, unless you start having an observation over those thoughts and begin to understand that those thoughts that are happening automatically, compulsively, is just your brain transmitting data, binaries, zeros and ones, but it's not you. It's not you. And most people are suffering internally so much more when they're around, the reality around them is fine. It's not perfect. You might hate your job. You might actually be sick. Bodily, you might have something wrong with you, but you don't have to suffer. Suffering happens inside of the mind. Suffering happens inside of the mind. It's a reason why we always anticipate the worst before getting confirmation of any type of news. Is because of the ego construct. It's because of that shadow aspect of you that becomes addicted to the chemicals and hormones that fire and get off on that adrenaline, that fear. The body becomes addicted to that state of being. But you need to shift. This is the shift season. This is the shift season. Going forward, this is the shift video. I want you to shift. I want you to shift everything. Shift your personality. Shift the way that you think. Shift the way that you feel. Shift the way that you act. Shift those core principles, and your life will change in ways that you can't even imagine. You have to take action. Take action to change your personality. Take action to conquer the demons, the shadows that are hiding inside of you that you feel so afraid of, because whenever you look at your shadow, it seems so big, but it's not. It's just the shadow that you've been creating since you were younger, and you're much older now. You can handle that. You can look inside of yourself. You can inquire inside of yourself. You can conquer those demons. You can conquer that fear that's inside of you. You're brave enough now. You have that strength now. The illusions dancing inside of your mind, they're just illusions. So let them go. This is the video that you needed to have in your life in order to let go. This is your permission slip to let go. This is the moment that you need right now to understand that you simply need to let go of the fear. This is reality creation season. Going forward, this is how we do it. This is the blueprint. This is all of the culmination of all the secrets and esoteric knowledge that the Freemasons and the Knights Templars and all these other people, the Hermeticists, have been holding deep inside. It's very simple. You are the creator of your reality, and the reason why you don't feel that way is because you have been locked inside of a narrow bandwidth in which you cannot perceive outside of. And once you perceive outside of it, everything makes sense. But that's how the game works. That's how the game works. You're not here to slave away and work a 9 to 5 and grind your soul to dust working for the capitalist machine. That's not what you're here for. You're here for self-discovery and fun and challenges. You're here to be challenged. But challenges can be fun. Challenges can be difficult but fun. Some of you know how difficult those challenges are, and yet you're having fun with it. It can be fun when you don't take it so seriously, but a lot of us are playing with the handicap, unfortunately. Some of us wasn't born into wealth. Some of us wasn't born into understanding this knowledge. A lot of us was born into limiting belief systems and poverty. Straight up limiting belief systems and poverty. And that's the recipe for disaster, because if you're born into limiting belief systems already, the way that you think is limited, is poor. And if you're born into no money, you have that reinforcing principle of thinking that this is all that you are, this is all that you worth, and then you start to accumulate traumas, you start to accumulate personality disorders and mental illnesses and body illnesses, and you don't need that shit in your life. You don't need that stuff in your life. We're shifting. We're changing our life for the better. We're changing our life for the more empowered soul that you are. 369. I want you to meditate on that. I want you to contemplate that. I want you to integrate that. I want you to feel those frequencies inside of you. I want you to feel all of that inside of you. You have everything that you need. The only book, honestly, that you would ever need in your life is the Kabbalion. I swear, that's all you really need. The Hermetic principles. Let's see if I can remember them all. Mentalism, vibration, correspondence, rhythm, gender. Yeah, I'm forgetting them. There's 2 that I'm forgetting. It's funny, but the Kabbalion is very powerful because it helps you further understand how all of reality is created. These are the fundamental laws of the realm. These are the fundamental things that you need to understand to create that new personality that you desire. You know, I would often think after doing ayahuasca for like 5 times now, I would see people who've done ayahuasca like 50 times, and I would wonder, what is it that they're missing that they keep coming back for? Because ayahuasca is a medicine, and there's nothing wrong with doing it repeatedly. I've done it 5 times myself. You know, sometimes your trauma is so deep that you're trying to figure out how to get out of it. But 50 times is insane. I remember Dr. Joe Dispenza said that in an interview. He's like, you talk to a woman who's done it like 50 times, and he said, have you tried doing something else? Because I'm sorry, I don't feel like this is working for you. And that's the same thought that I had. You don't need to do those plant medicines that many times. What you need to learn is how to live. What you need to learn is actually how to transmute that energy that you're creating on a daily basis to shift your ego in a way in which you are not creating the same patterns and experiencing the same thoughts and emotions and acting the same way every single day. What you need to learn is actually how to live. How to live without those things, without those crutches that we become addicted to. The weed that we become addicted to, the sex that we become addicted to, the drugs that we become addicted to. That's what people need in their life. It's a way to live, personhood. And what it is your personality. And it's the hardest thing for you to change. But once you change it, once you become flexible, once you become less identified, we live in an age of identification, man. Everyone wants to be identified with this and that and that and this. Republican, Democrat, man, woman, non-binary, everything else. For me, the less I identify with, the more free that I am to create a new personality in which I can create the most optimal state of being. People get triggered when you say that you don't like certain things, like, oh, I don't like Republicans, or I don't like Democrats, or I don't like man, or I don't like woman, or I don't like non-binaries, or I don't like this, and I don't like that, I don't like ice cream, I don't like grass, I don't like dogs, I don't like cats. People become triggered and fired up about that because that's their identity that you're attacking. But the thing is that you can choose to be identified with whatever you want. True identification comes from the knowledge and understanding that you can be anything that you ever want at any time, at any period. And the number one factor here is to understand that truth cannot be threatened. That's a bar. Write that down. Real truth cannot be threatened. Never. Real truth cannot be threatened. If someone came up to you and said that I don't like you because of this and that and that and this, if you're truly confident and secure in yourself, you'll let that stuff fall off your shoulders and just fly away, because it doesn't matter, because you know who you are at your core, to the truth of your principle, to the truth of your beingness. It doesn't threaten me when people don't, believe in the same things that I do or whatever, because my truth cannot be threatened. My truth is my experience. Knowledge without experience is philosophy. And a lot of people are living a philosophical life. And a philosophical life is one in which you're contemplating things, but you know very little. We want to step out of the contemplation. We want to step into the divine knowing and gnosis of knowing ourselves. We want to step into something that is unshakable, unbreakable, that is truth in all that it is, so that you can never be threatened by other people's belief systems and whatever else that you feel that you need to safeguard yourself from. The mind has automatic safeguards to protect itself from the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind believes whatever comes into it. It's like the babies are stuck in that theta delta state where they're just absorbing information and knowledge. They're just believing whatever comes into their way, because as you're growing up, those parts of your brain have not developed just yet. So your ego construct protects your subconscious mind so that you don't absorb information that can be detrimental to your health. I want you to be successful. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be abundant. I want you to have all that you need in your life. But first, we have to change your ego. First, we must change your personality. If you keep acting the same way, you keep thinking the same way, you keep feeling the same way, don't you think you're going to keep getting the same results? I've taken so many business courses in my life, and the most interesting thing is that Almost all of the really high quality ones have a section on mindset. If mindset shifting wasn't so important, I promise you they wouldn't have it in their courses, but it is. It is. They have you detail how your life is right now, how you think, how you act, how you feel, what are your dreams, what are your goals, what do you do every day. And then they create a new reality, a new template, a new set of goals, a new set of ways of acting, thinking, feeling, and actions to take place to create that reality for yourself. All of those really successful business courses have that. They have that information there. And I very much question why that is. Your personality defines who you are. And to experience more in life, you got to change your personality. And that means changing what you identify with, changing the way you act every day, changing the way you feel every day, changing the way you think every day. Gaze upon the world and see wholeness. Gaze upon the world and see love. Gaze upon the world and see beauty. Because your perception of everything defines the reality that you exist in. So if you look into the world and see nothing but anxiety and fear and stress, that's exactly what you're going to experience in life. Change your perception, change your personality. Everything else will fall into place. Praise the sun.